Yeah.
Let's talk.
Let's do it, man.
Let's talk.
Welcome, Mason.
I'm so happy to be here right
Mason Vaughan.
now. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my God, my glasses are fogging. Holy shit, I'm sweating.
Is that right?
We've been here for what, like an hour and a half, and like actually just laughing for an hour and a half, and not really doing anything related to the podcast at all.
So just so the audience knows, when I edit the podcast audio, I need like a solid 15 seconds of silence just to like get it going and blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Like third graders, we just couldn't keep a straight
I
face.
Just kept
do it.
laughing.
I couldn't do it. It's
The silence just killed us.
the one time, like, you're silent all day.
Mm.
You're sitting in class. You're usually quiet. I think it just built up to this point right now where we're like, and you were so serious too. You were like,
And I was
everyone
the one that
be
started.
quiet.
And I was the one that started. Bro, I was trying to hold in my laugh so hard. I got the illest fucking, like, rib cramp.
Everyone be quiet for literally 10 seconds. Don't make a noise, and you can't do it.
We're good.
Even when I'm not looking, I was like, I have to laugh. I have
Bro.
to.
All right, so we brought Mason on. Mason,
Yeah.
Division I baseball player, senior, Manhattan College.
No
Just
big deal.
No big deal.
It is not a big deal at all. It's really not that big of a
You
deal.
know what is a big deal?
What?
Mansfield. You're a celebrity.
In Mansfield, PA?
Yeah.
To some extent, yeah. The population is about 1,000, and there is one college. I can't even believe there's a college there. There's a college. There is one high school, and there's like one strip of stores and restaurants, and that's it.
Wow.
So you're basically the MLB team of Mansfield, Pennsylvania.
Honestly, exactly. They have a college team there.
Yeah, I know somebody that plays on it. He's fucking
Right,
miserable. He's so miserable.
word.
Yeah.
I will agree with him to some extent, but it was cool because my summer, 2 summers ago, or the summer before COVID happened, that was the first time that they had a team there. And they had a team probably like 50 years before that, but that was the first time that they've had like young players that were all from all over the country and like really good baseball players. So that we got like 700, 800 fans a game, and it was like,
Jesus.
Wow.
No,
That's
it
like
was-
80% of the population.
no, literally, literally, that's how many people would show up to these games, and it was, and obviously, like when you're putting all these kids together, you never know how it's gonna go.
It's a brotherhood.
It is, and it's
Wow.
it's different because summer ball. I love summer ball more than anything, just because it's so much more free. College baseball, like at school, is so structured.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you to like compare and contrast.
It's so structured compared to summer ball. Summer ball is literally like you show up, you do your shit, and you get out. And like you just hang out with your teammates the entire day. And especially in a town like Mansfield, there's not much to do. You're with your teammates every single day. Every hour of every single day, going on bus trips and stuff. So
You know what that reminds me of? Cooperstown.
right?
Oh,
Cooperstown
I love,
was so fun.
Dude,
Like you
love.
literally lived together.
bring me
Yeah.
back. Bring me back.
The memories.
The
oh,
bunks
shit.
in Cooperstown
Bro,
at
the
12.
pranks at like
Oh.
2 a.m.
Oh, the pins. Did you guys do the
The
pins?
pins.
Did you guys do the pins?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was-
I had the pin
I had the
book.
bag.
I had the pin bag.
I had a fucking briefcase of
Yeah.
pins. Bro, I still have it. I'll bring it in one day. It's like 50
I
pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have mine at my house. But like, yeah, literally. If I wasn't playing in a game, I was walking around to the bunks asking kids for pins. It was the
And, like,
time of my life.
Yo, the rare pins the
Oh,
coach pin
the
that you
light
can't
up,
get.
The light up ones, the things with the fucking dangly things on them. Like,
And even like the buildings and places and attractions around Cooperstown, they have the pins
That, too.
on the walls, like
Yeah.
stuck to their walls. It's a
Yes.
whole culture thing with that town.
yes, dude.
Yeah.
I love Cooperstown. You live, particularly,
About an
kind of,
hour.
you're about an hour and a half from
Yeah.
Cooperstown, right?
Yo, say I won't visit this summer.
Pull up.
Yeah,
Say
rolling
it.
it.
Pull
Hall
up.
of Fame?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go to the Hall of Fame.
I'm I'm
Even
there.
though
I'm
Barry
there.
Bonds isn't in it.
Oh man,
Damn, they took him out?
They
no,
didn't. he
they
never.
never.
got in.
He didn't get.
How
in.
do you feel about David
Oh, shit.
Ortiz being a first ballot Hall of Famer? Barry Bonds, probably the greatest hitter of all time. I don't care. I know.
Roids, dog.
I understand he took roids, but to tell the story of baseball, you can't tell it without Barry
Barry
Bonds.
Bonds.
You
Yeah.
can't, and that's what the Hall of Fame prides itself on, is telling the story of baseball. and through all the eras and the phases. Steroid era was a major phase in baseball. It's why people watch it, at least today. The most part, people watch it because of guys like Barry Bonds, Jose Canseco, all these guys that did roids, and then you're not going to put him in there just because he took – and it's not even – he took steroids – notedly took steroids in 2000. I think that was like the first year where they were like, okay, you're taking steroids. But before that, his numbers were ridiculous.
Before he started.
Before steroids, he was at 494 home runs.
It's disgusting.
Which the 500 home run club is minuscule. And he was there before he even notedly took steroids. So my point, like I was so frustrated.
Did you see the reaction video of Ortiz getting in?
Yeah, it was awesome.
I saw it.
You give respect to him.
All right, respect. Made it in. That was the most fake, most fake that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, he got the call and was like, you made it into the Hall of Fame. He stood up and was like, yeah. And I was like, dog, like, what? Like, you have a cigar ready. Like, you knew you
Like,
made
we're
it.
watching Yo Gabba Gabba. He's like, yeah.
I was like, what am I watching right now? It actually got me upset.
Yeah,
I was like, what's going on?
I mean, all due respect to him. He's
He's a
he's
tank.
the best DH of all time.
He's a
I give it
dog.
to him. He
Woof.
was going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Woof.
Regardless. First ballot, I disagree. DH didn't play a position his entire career. When he did play a position, he sucked.
You look at a first ballot Hall of Famer and you think of Derek Jeter.
Right.
Not David Ortiz.
Not David Ortiz.
Yeah, what's the vibe with A-Rod?
He should get in.
Is
100,
he-
150%.
When is, like, his time to get
Well,
in?
now this year was his first year on the ballot.
Oh, so he's not first ballot.
No.
Correct.
That's
But
gross.
I mean, he's one of the best
I think
players
he
of all
deserved
time.
it more than Ortiz.
Absolutely. One of the best shortstops and third baseman of all time. Like,
Yeah.
you have to put that. And yeah, he took steroids.
You're telling me David Ortiz never took steroids?
But he did. That's the thing. He
Yeah.
did.
Did he outright say that he did?
No.
Or like
That
right.
was
Did he
the
get
point.
caught?
It could never be proven.
That's
I think
why,
it was
yeah.
2003 was
Dude,
the
that
year.
postseason where he went like 12 for 12 with 8 home runs.
Yeah. I mean, you give it to him. But like I think it was 2003 was like the year where he might have tested positive, or like he was involved in that whole thing with A-Rod and all those guys, Robinson Cano, like all those guys that got in
Melky
trouble.
Cabrera,
Yeah, that
like
whole
that
crew
realm.
that was like had that guy.
Giambi.
Yeah, had that guy down in Florida that was
I
like
miss-
giving them steroids that they didn't know were steroids. But
I miss that day and age of baseball. Like, I miss that Yankees team.
that
Bobby
09,
Cano,
the 09
Hideki
Yankees team.
Matsui.
You know how many Yankee games I'm going to this summer?
We need to go
A
to
lot.
a lot.
Like, this is all I got left
We need to go to a
for
lot.
PT school.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going crazy this summer.
As you should. Senior year, dude.
Can't wait.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yo,
Yeah.
Can we talk
Yeah.
about that?
Yo,
That we literally have like 5 months of school left?
Bro.
4?
Whoa. That's over. Yeah, I was thinking like 3.
Is
so,
it 3?
Yeah.
3 months
So
now. We're in
Wednesday,
February.
So Wednesday was our first day of classes. No offense, Dr. Merriman, you're not watching, but but I walked into that class and I was like, "Fuck, here we go again."
Right.
Then Thursday, it was like it's a full ass day. Like today's Thursday. It's a full day of classes, whatever.
Yeah.
I saw Lotta, Cherubini, Doc T, Doc G, the goosebumps that like ran through my body. I was walking down the hallway for the first time. I almost got emotional. I was like, I'm gonna miss this more than I thought I was gonna miss this.
I agree with you 110%. I think this semester in particular, I haven't thought about it that much.
Neither.
Like, I haven't taken a lot of time to be
Me
like,
either.
hey, this is like your last semester of college, like with all of your friends and stuff. And like, I have so much going on. So I definitely think I don't take the time to step back and be like, dude, you have 3 months left. And like, obviously I'm playing baseball and we're in the middle of a season. So it's tough to like do that stuff that you normally do in college. But like, I definitely haven't like thought about it like deep.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be reminded. Like, I mean, I'm an RA, and like the only times I really think about graduation and like it coming to a close is when my freshmen come up to me and are like, "Oh, like, how's your last semester of college going?" And I'm like, "Oh my
Makes
gosh,
you feel fucking
Yo.
old.
yeah."
Yo, one of my clients, I was working at the gym. One of my clients came up to me, and was like, "How's your last semester treating you?" And I was like,
Oof.
I was like, "It's a joke. Like senior year, last semester, whatever. Like it is what it is." And he was like, "Just appreciate the moments you got with your friends." And I was like, "Damn." And he was like, especially the ones that live far away. First thing I thought of were honest on everything I love, you and you,
Wow.
because you live the far. You're
It's
in
true.
Bumble, and you're in
Bumble.
Like you're far.
It's true.
And think about when we're on break, how much we actually like talk. And I'm to blame too. Like, it's just a thing.
It always happens. I feel like it always happens. Like, especially in high school. Like, that everyone remembers that first semester of college where you're, like, kind of still talking to your high school friends and you're kind of still, like, trying to stay in touch with them. But, like, that fades away.
The disconnect.
Yeah.
It's just slowly.
It happens.
And I see it when we're out for break. Like, how much do we genuinely talk
Yeah.
when we're on break?
It's true. I couldn't agree more with that.
But maybe it's because we know we're coming back.
that, too.
Maybe.
Now that we know we're not coming back, it's like
It's like,
a little
oh,
diffy.
shit.
I think we're also like fully matured, like adults now. Like in high school, we
That
were still
too.
figuring it out. Well, I feel like now we've kind of figured it out in terms of
For the most part. For
not
the most part.
completely,
Yeah.
but for the most part, in terms of like what we really want to do with our lives, which we're thankful as hell of all hell to actually know that, but to know where we're going and to still try to appreciate where we are now, it's really tough.
It
Yeah.
is.
There's
Like
a
I was.
quote-
Oh,
I was
going
gonna say there's a quote from The Office. I don't watch The Office enough to know who said it.
You should. Office is fantastic.
I know.
I've heard
should.
great things.
It's so good.
Parks and Rec. You put me onto Parks
Parks
and
and
Rec.
Rec is fantastic.
Really?
I'm the show guy.
Yeah,
You
he's the
wanna come to
music.
me?
Well, there's this. Maybe you know who it is. Then there's a quote where the guy was like, "I wish there was a way to tell when the good old days. What was it? When the
Yes.
good old
It's
days
ringing a bell.
were here before they passed, or something like that."
There's people that put it in their what's the book you get when you graduate?
A yearbook?
Oh,
A yearbook. Sorry, I'm not in 8th grade. Sorry, I'm not in 8th grade.
I didn't, but I just thought that was a
But
pretty-
it was, when you put like a quote in the yearbook,
right.
the quote was like, The Office, season 9, episode 10, and the time.
The time. That's
And
a
then
good-
we-
that's
I
good.
wish there were a way to tell the good old days before you left them,
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, she's got the quote. Andy. Okay. Yes. I vaguely remember that. But absolutely watch a show. Great quote. That's a great quote.
Like, I think I'm in the good old days right now.
I
I
beg to differ on that. I beg to differ.
Nah, 'cause
Okay, so let me hear it.
I beg to differ.
Let
Talk
us
to
hear
me.
it.
Because I feel, especially you. Because
Whoa.
you
I'm
have
peaked.
because like you and Gabby and stuff, like you have your whole life, like you have your life like pretty much paved.
But
for
like,
you have a lot of good coming your way.
we all do. But still, when I'm like, grown, physical therapist,
I guess
whatever, it's
no
like,
responsibilities.
my
yet.
guys, like, what's up?
True.
No,
Yeah,
minimal
true.
responsibilities, making money, spending money, no like actual financial burdens. It's like,
No kids.
yeah,
True.
like,
I guess I just view it like that.
and that's why I get upset when it's like, oh, like I was thinking the other night, like, oh, we could be this for Halloween with Gabby, and then I was like, oh my God, we're not
That's a killer.
at Manhattan College for Halloween anymore.
That is a killer.
I was like, oh no, like,
Aw.
what are we like? Do we have grown up Halloween now? How does that work?
Do we go to house parties?
Do
Like-
we provide candy or do we take candy?
Yeah, are we the ones? Do we not dress up anymore? I feel
I'm
like
dressing up.
Oh, every year.
Mr.
I'm gonna-
Clean is my next outfit. I have 5 years worth of bald person costumes lined up.
What about Mr. 305? He's just a part of you, I think now.
He's me. Okay. The amount of times I say "dale" ever since Halloween is disgusting.
Dale.
Just randomly for random shit. Like fire me up, dale.
Dale.
You've become the person.
Yeah.
You are Pitbull.
I embrace
You are.
personalities.
You
I really
do.
do.
Especially when you're in Miami as
Oh,
Pitbull.
yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
As Pitbull, you just own the place.
Yo, our second podcast, we were in the studio, and
Oh,
a
yeah.
janitor walked by
Oh
and saw him through the window and was banging on the door wanting his autograph, saying, "Is that Pitbull? Is that Pitbull?"
Straight up thought I was Pitbull.
Straight up.
Look it. Dial it. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Mr. 305.
Oh, that was a great costume.
Yo, and Aang from Avatar.
Mm.
I am proud.
You're back to back.
I am
Halloweens.
proud of my bald person costumes.
Back to back Halloweens for you. Your picture's still up in
Is it? I didn't
JDL.
see it the other day.
Every time I go in there, I see it. Every time.
I couldn't find it.
And I literally,
like
every time I
this.
go in there, I strive to look for it.
I'm like this.
Because one, JDL just hasn't taken Halloween pictures down, which is weird, from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, not.
Yeah.
I don't
even
think
this
it's
year.
weird. I love it.
Don't get me wrong. I love nostalgia. I like that. But like from 2 years ago,
Yeah, true.
that doesn't need to happen.
Grow up.
Yes, grow
Whoever
up.
owns Jado.
Embrace,
Grow up.
embrace change.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Grow up. Get
So,
boned.
Mace, I want to ask you, like, what are you gonna miss the most
About college.
about college, about this senior year, this run that we're having, about this
Baseball, maybe.
baseball?
I mean, I don't really think I'm gonna miss baseball. Like I think I'm gonna miss a lot of the other stuff. Baseball has been my life, legitimately my life, for 15 years, and like I obviously grew up, played other sports, did all this other stuff, but like I think I'm at that point with baseball where I'm like I'm content. Like I have no regrets. I did exactly what I wanted to do coming out of high school. I never really had aspirations to play pro baseball ever. I was just kind of like, I want to play in college and I want to enjoy that and experience that. And I did that. So I think like this year for me is kind of just like icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Like play time or not, like I just want to take it all in. Like, yeah, it sucks. It's my last year of baseball, but like I'm comfortable with it, content. I guess what I think I'd miss most, it's tough. I don't know. I don't know. See, like, this is what I'm saying. I haven't really, like, thought about it.
Yeah.
I feel like the general lifestyle. I mean, now that I'm a senior, it's a little different. But for me, it's like that sophomore, junior year lifestyle where I could just like
Oh, that's a good point.
only worry about homework
Mm-hmm.
and just do whatever else I want. Other than that, like
Especially these last 2 years, like, we've had to do so much shit.
Oh my gosh.
So much shit. And it's like for classes, not even just for classes, but like
Extracurricular
applying
activities.
to schools, like doing all this shit, like
just being a well-rounded individual,
Right.
Yeah.
type of thing. Yeah.
being
Yeah.
involved in your academic community,
Right.
which, I mean,
What about you?
yeah, what about what
Do you
I
have,
feel like you have
something
do
you're
you
gonna
have a
miss, or
distinct
you're
answer?
super present that you're just not gonna miss anything?
Man, I always fight the battle between like.
I fight this.
Yo, that was
these
that
are
was
the
a
fights.
that was a joke, but like he's serious.
These are the fights that we take right here. Zach is picking his fight right now between being present and looking to the future right now.
You see, for me, I do get emotional, but I'm also not afraid to express those emotions. I feel like vulnerability within masculinity is important. So I'm just gonna say it. Like,
Agreed.
I struggle with staying in the present moment and wanting a better future. Like, for me to stay in the present moment and just trust that things will happen is hard for me. It's hard to just trust that right now I'm doing what I need to do in order to get to eventually where I want to be. So what I'm going to miss most, what I struggle with the most is that inner conflict of I'm going to miss college, I'm going to miss my senior year, but I'm also super excited for where I'm going. Like, I'm always in that battle between where I am, where I'm going, trying to stay present, but wanting a better future. You know what I mean? Like, always wanting more for myself. So, yeah, I struggle with that. And I feel like by struggling with it, it takes me away. Like, it distracts me. It
Right.
distracts me from where I am.
That kind of just gave me my answer to my question too.
Oh, I want to hear it.
Because like, you just asked me like, what are you gonna miss the most? I think what I'm gonna miss the most is just the fact that I feel like sometimes I wasn't present in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those people that has so much going on, and I have so many things going on in my head. There were times in college where I was like, I'm not present. I'm just trying to get through everything because there's a lot. So I guess that would be the answer to my question, and thank you for bringing that up.
Wow.
That just sparked.
Well, thank you for getting vulnerable with that.
Absolutely.
The bone.
I'm just Zach actually just boned me. Zach actually just boned me.
He said it earlier, and it happened.
It did.
Mason Vaughan, you just got boned.
I did. I did.
Fuck, man.
It happens when you're on the podcast. It happens. Future guests will feel what that feels like, and I just felt it.
Is it a feeling? Like, is it something that you can think about, or is it just the feeling? Like, you just need to experience it?
You just gotta. It's not something I could tell you about. I'm literally saying this right into the camera. It's not something I could tell you about. All right.
It's like you felt that.
It was a in the moment type of thing. You needed to be present for it. There
You
we go.
needed to be present in order to get boned.
What was the word that was used today in philosophy? Like intangibles.
Intangibles.
Like you
yeah.
can't explain it. It's just a feeling.
Tacit knowledge.
Tacit. That's the word. Tacit.
Tacit.
That was tacit.
I remember thinking when we were talking about that in class tonight, I was like, this would be something good to talk about on the podcast. Tacit.
Yo,
Tacit shit.
today's philosophy class
Oh my.
was such a mindfuck.
It was a lot.
A lot
for
to take
me.
in.
For me. I could tell you were like clawing at your desk, like trying to like
Bro, like this, like this, like this.
just like, oh
Yeah, I
my
was
fuck,
in.
what is going on?
I was in it.
I mean,
Bro, at one point I literally said out loud, I didn't realize Cherubino was right next to me. I was like, what is going on?
Cherubini, with his eyes, looked at Cesco. And said,
No, I didn't look at his eyes.
Oh my gosh, I thought you saw his eyes. Like, he gives this death
he
look.
He gave me the death look?
He gave you the death look with his eyes after he heard you say, "What is going on?" And he looked at you with the death look and said, "You're with your group right now. Like, stay present with your group.
No
you're
way.
here." Yeah,
oh, he just
Yeah, he knew my mind was running in
he
weird
knew
places.
it was running away.
did he just bone you?
See, but I didn't recognize it because I was so mind fucked.
I think
Like,
he did.
I
was-
think he boned
I
him.
think he just
Bro,
boned
he
him.
was explaining like what was going on, and I still didn't understand like what he was saying, just because I just couldn't process information. Like there were so many words going on.
Oh, dude, don't you get me started. Every slide was 100 words, and he would just go over it for like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
And like there was, granted, 55 slides, and we only have an hour and change.
Yeah, no,
to do
I don't
all this
even
work.
blame him. It's just what we
But
have
like,
to do.
it's just so much shit.
And what got me the most upset was like, yeah, I say the same thing on every slide. I just say it differently.
Oh my god!
And I was like, bro, are you dead ass?
When we talked to them at the end,
yes.
he was just like, "Yeah, it's basically just the same shit on every slide.
Just written differently.
I'm just telling you other ways to say it,
just to get you thinking.
just to fuck with your head. Basically, that's what he's trying to do. He wants. I like it. It's philosophy. It's supposed to fuck with your head a little bit, but like he was doing that intentionally.
Bro, I was dazed and confused.
He was
Straight up.
Dazed and blazed.
I was dazed and blazed. Like I went outside. It was raining. I was like,
What is
Bro.
rain? What is rain? Is this real life?
Just
Am I in
brain
reality?
aneurysm.
Metaphysics.
I can't even tell you what metaphysics is, bro.
Still can't.
I
Reality,
legit.
it's
I have
perception
to.
of reality.
I have to read each slide. And,
Yeah.
like
I can't take notes. In
But
that
I think
class.
the under.
that's what I try to.
Yeah,
sorry to
no.
cut you off.
No,
That's
no,
what
go
I
ahead.
try to do today. I try to take notes while
Can't do
listening to conversation, and I had like 5 things going on at once, and
it. Too much.
that was the first mistake.
Too much.
I told him today,
stimuli.
I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to take notes anymore. I'm
Yep.
just going to pay attention to what you guys like. I'm going to stay present with what's being said.
Yep.
And then look over the slides.
yeah. Too much going on.
I do want to ask you, Mace, too. Like, when we're in like those breakout groups in philosophy,
Yeah.
I feel like they're so necessary. It definitely helps like calm down the pace of the class, especially how fast Cherubini speaks.
Right.
However, I think, like, at least within our group, the power of self-reflection and storytelling and trying to get your thoughts out really helps. And I want to hear what that's like for you.
I mean, for me personally, I'm a very like open person. Like I don't really care about what people think or what people think about my ideas or
Mhm.
morals or whatever. So like for me, like in those small discussions, like I let it eat. I'll say whatever.
I let it eat.
I do. I let it eat.
You go crazy.
I body them.
Go
in the
crazy,
paint.
go stupid, you know? And then, so I let it eat. I enjoy it a lot. I like talking in little groups like that, hearing what other people have to say. Obviously, like, my group is a bunch, literally just my teammates.
Yeah.
And usually, like, with your teammates, you don't really get a lot of like, you don't really get into what they believe and what they think. It's more really just like in the moment you're hanging out, you talk, whatever.
Yeah.
It's never, you never like actually get to hang out because you're teammates with 40 other people.
Right.
So you don't really get to get close with.
Do you
all
feel
of
like
them.
you break down some like some layers to their?
I mean, obviously it was like the second class,
right.
but like at the same time, I definitely think things like that could lead to those things happening and like breaking down barriers and like getting to know people. Like,
Is that necessary in sport? I'm genuinely asking. Like, what if the baseball team like
Dude.
sat down together and like had these?
Oh, the kinship that would be created.
Yeah.
dude, I'll tell you a story. It was my freshman year. We just had a game against Fordham, at Fordham, midweek game, and we got our shit kicked in. We got
I
fucking,
remember this.
We got fucking destroyed. And our coach came up to us. He wasn't even mad. He was just like, you guys need to like figure it out. So tonight I want you guys to go to the baseball house, get together, hang out, talk this shit out, and figure it out. And this was like probably about the midway point of the season where
What grade were you in? Sorry.
it's my freshman year.
Freshman year.
Yeah, so it was like midway point of the season, and we went to the house. We were all drinking and stuff, having a good time, and like we actually like sat down and talked all our shit out. And a bunch of guys like stood up and said something, and from that point on, no joke, we could not lose.
Wow.
And that was the year that we made a run in the MAC tournament and
Yeah.
like played really, really well. Obviously, we had a bunch of guys that could, help the team out, and we had a lot of good talent on that team and a lot of freshmen, like kids in my grade that stood up and did what they needed to do. But like we made a run that year.
I remember
we
that.
easily could have won the tournament that year if it weren't for a few small things, like a few
was it Quinnipiac that year?
Yeah, Quinnipiac beat us that year when we were in the winners bracket.
Yeah.
We needed to lose 2 games in a row. If we beat Quinnipiac, we went to the MAC final, and then that would have been it. And then it's baseball. It's baseball. It happens.
So your season hasn't started yet.
No.
That's where mine's at right
damn,
now.
yo.
Your season hasn't started yet, and I really want to know how you're going to take this conversation back to your teammates if you choose to do so.
Oh, I mean, I think this year especially, we have like 9, 10 transfers, something like that, because a bunch of people left.
Good transfers.
Yeah, great kids. Great
No,
kids.
like big
talented,
body, like
no,
talented.
talented players. And I think our coach did such a good job with bringing in these guys, especially because after last year, we did not play well last year at all. And I think it was just because of a lot of personal and inner team shit. But like, I think our coach did such a good job bringing in guys that are like ready to buy in.
Ready to win.
Yeah, and like are here to win.
I love the term buy-in.
Yeah,
Me too.
buy what we're selling.
What are you selling?
Buy what the Jaspers are selling.
Yo, as a senior, what the fuck are you selling? Like,
Yeah.
honest. Like, how are you gonna lead this team?
Oof.
Like, how are you gonna get these conversations going? How are you gonna build that kinship?
You know what? I couldn't even tell you. It's not something that I can plan, or something that I can like. I'm
Like
gonna
this
talk-
podcast, we didn't plan
No,
shit
yeah,
for this
it's
episode.
not something that I can like walk into the locker room.
What's the word?
Well, we don't have a fucking locker room, but it's something I could do. It's something I could do where I could walk in.
Big time.
I can't walk in and just have this thing like written on a fucking index card and be like, guys, this is how it needs to go down. It
In
needs to.
philosophy, what's the word?
Knowledge.
Something knowledge.
Tacit.
Passive
No.
Tacit.
or
Tacit.
tacit?
Tacit.
Yeah, just feel it.
It is. Yeah.
When the moment's
Oh,
right.
it's feeling it in the moment.
Yeah, with me, it's always been like that. I've never been the type of person to like structure things and like put it on paper. It's more like, especially in sports, like I've usually been like the leader and the older guy on the team that speaks up, but I've never like had a plan. I've always just like, it's just like what I'm feeling in that moment that I need to share with my team or I need to share with an individual. Like it's always just kind of been like that. And I think with this year's team, it's kind of, I think it's just going to come down to that. Like guys, it shouldn't be a planned thing. It shouldn't be something, because a planned thing comes off as like someone told you to do that, you know? Someone instructed you that you need to step up. It should be
Mace. First word that pops into your head right now. Go.
right now.
First word.
I'm caught off guard.
He said F. He said
I was like, fuck.
No.
Fuck.
This I that was kind of like a stress test. Like it like first word pops into your head right now. Go. Instinct.
Jaspers.
Okay. Like I think that's a skill to recognize what your instinct and intuition tells you.
I like that.
And
actually.
I cut you off for a reason. I did that on purpose.
I literally was like, fuck, what?
No, I cut you off on purpose because you're going to get into a situation where you're going to feel like that. Like you just got cut off. Like you like they just put up a crooked number in the top of the ninth inning, for example. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're going to want to come into the dugout and you're going to want to have something prepared, not prepared, but like you're going to feel something and on instinct and just say it.
Right.
But you haven't practiced it. So like the reason why I cut you off and said what's the first word that popped into your mind was so you can you know what it feels like. Like what does it feel? Like what do you feel?
I like that actually.
So maybe in practice you just go up to someone and say, "Hey, what's the first word that pops into your head right now? Go." And I kind of want to hear the responses.
It would be interesting actually.
inappropriate. I feel like there's going to be a bunch of inappropriate
Well,
ones.
maybe.
That's just where the mind goes sometimes, dude.
Exactly. That's why I just made that statement.
That's just,
Clearly
it
what-
happens. Like that's just what happens. No, but I don't know.
Instinct.
I think it's for me at least. It's all instinct. It's all
EQ.
it's all
EQ, emotional intelligence.
and experience. Like knowing how to deal with certain situations. Like I've been on every type of team. I've been on teams that whip everybody's ass, and I've been on teams that don't, that get their shit kicked in. It's all about reading people and kind of figuring out what the team needs, because every team needs a different source to get them going. It's not the same for every team, you know?
That was a question in philosophy today. Like, as a trainer, as a coach, like, do you have the same delivery for every client or every team?
Yeah.
And I think if you use just first person, it's the simple answer is no.
Yeah.
Like, every individual on that team needs something different, and the team as a whole might need something completely different to be said to them in a different tone of voice, in a different
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
But you can only do that when you have that emotional intelligence.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
when you feel it. But how do you feel it? Like, do you feel it because you felt yourself there at one point and you recognize that feeling in yourself and you knew how to cope with it yourself?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh,
it's
man.
like
that's some personal
because,
shit, dude.
especially with baseball, because unlike other sports, baseball is literally anything can fucking happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even about this team is better or this team is worse. Like, you could still lose on a given day. It literally depends on how you are that day, that inning, that pitch. It doesn't matter.
There's no clock.
It's not like football where usually the best team wins. Like, that's just because they're bigger, stronger, better athletes. Like, baseball is not about that. It's always been about, you know, controlling what you can control and taking advantage of the moment that you're in and the pitch that you're participating in.
How do you take that to life? That's a philosophy in itself.
It is a philosophy, dude. Baseball is philosophy. It is. Everything that I think of when it comes to philosophy, I try to relate it to baseball, and you usually can.
Yeah.
Because it's your
guidebook. That's how you think.
It's how I think, and that's why I'm in the major that I'm in, because I've loved sports, I've loved fitness my entire life, and like that is why I'm doing what I'm doing with my life. You know, so I think it's just. Yeah, baseball is just so philosophical in its own way, and you can relate so many different situations and outcomes with actual life.
Yeah,
and I've that's how I've lived up to this point. All my coaches say the same. All the coaches I've ever had say the same thing too. It's like, we're not coaching you to like be better baseball players. Like, you're already good baseball players, especially here. That's why our coaches here. Like, you're already a good baseball player. You're here. You know, we can only help you so much on the skill side. That's like, that just comes down to you. But we can help you with life and relating baseball to life and doing all this stuff. I know I sound like a fucking dumb jock right now, just rambling on about.
No. This is the humanistic point of view. This is comparing materialism to humanism. Like, it's not always science and facts that develop a human being. It's lessons learned in in sport and play and physical activity, like the diving for the ball or delivering that perfect pitch or learning how to be a leader for a team. Just there's so many different examples that possibly can only be taught and learned in sport, maybe in baseball in particular. So when people think like, oh, it's only science and research and that shindig, I believe in it, obviously, but it's like there has to be a common ground, because for one individual to have that experience, just imagine all the other individuals that have had that experience as well.
Especially like people who are at a completely different level than I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Professional athletes in general, not even just baseball players.
It's their DNA, bro. I feel like one of their swivels is baseball.
Crazy thing to think about. Like just the amount of knowledge and experience that all of these people have, and they either choose to share it or they don't, which is unbelievable to me.
Is it safe to say that experience is knowledge?
I literally said that today in class. No joke.
Like with your group?
With my group. I think it was Jake. Jake goes, knowledge is power. And I go, experience is power. Dropped the mic. I literally went like that in the middle of the group, dropped the mic. I said, experience is power. Because I firmly believe everything that happens in your life and what you do with your life is through experience, what you have experienced.
And yeah, I've been going through some stuff myself. We actually had a long talk about it today. And I think I have a fear of missing out on experiences, because I know how much it could develop you as a person. And I know, like, I don't want to miss any opportunities that are handed my way. So it's like I literally have anxiety about, like, missing an opportunity or missing an experience because of how much it will benefit my life. Because there's moments that I literally, like, can't wait. Like, if something is put in front of me, it's like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna experience it. I'm gonna take something positive from it. Next. Same idea. Next. And it's like I have this fucking Bible of experiences that have shaped me to be who I am today, with sport, with physical activity, with this podcast, like just with everything. And I don't know, it's like that one missed opportunity. It's like, what am I missing out on?
I feel you.
Well, also, you just said something really important, which is just one word, and you said the word next. And I think sometimes we just have to accept the fact that the next will just come naturally.
Yeah. And that's what I have to practice. That's what I have to work on. And we meditated today. It was fine. I cried.
Oh, yeah.
I had a tear in my eye.
Dude, I love meditating. Love it.
Yeah.
It just
Especially
brings me back.
Dude, I will not lie. You remember that time? I think it was last semester. It was like me, you, Jake, Emma, and Luke. And we walked to the quad. And
I ran them through a meditation.
We did a meditation in the quad. And
Talk about that.
Fantastic.
Who
And I remember
with? I missed that. Sorry.
it was Jake, Emma, and Luke. I think were we coming from class or something?
Yeah. You were coming from... No, it was
we all had
Manhattan Madness or something like that.
I don't.
That's
I guess it
recent.
doesn't really matter where
Whatever.
we're coming from.
But I was on the quad.
No, it was a class.
Oh,
It was a class, and Emma like met up with us because she was trying to meet up with Jake or whatever. And we were like, I think we were up in the classroom, and you're like, "You guys want to meditate?" And I was like,
Classic.
Fuck yeah, let's
Classic
do it."
Zach.
I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." So we go down to the quad, lay down on the grass. Phenomenal.
Did he tell you to look at a leaf?
Did you? I don't think you did.
I don't think I did.
No,
that
he
one.
didn't. That
There's
time.
different kinds of meditation.
I know. That's
He
just.
didn't.
I ran them through a body scan.
Yes.
Oh, what you did today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, powerful, bro.
Love it.
I'm telling you, there like a legit tear came to my eye.
Love it.
I texted Gabby. I was like, "Yo, I meditate. Like Zach put me through a meditation. I feel so much better."
Ever since I've never like been into meditation. Like I've never like practiced it every day. But I really think I should. Like obviously, I think everybody should at some point because it takes 10 minutes and it can take an hour if you want it to.
Yeah, or 2 minutes if you want
literally.
it to.
So it's, and I think ever since, and it's funny because today like stress management is going on at the same time as us, and like we went through all the meditation stuff. I never in my life meditated until stress management, and ever since stress management happened, I've been like, wow, this shit is awesome. Even if you're not like getting anything out of it psychologically or mentally or emotionally, it's so good for your body.
Just to stop.
Just to like take a second and breathe and like relax. And like I'm in yoga class on Wednesday nights or whatever.
Yeah.
When we do shavasana at the end,
Shavasana.
Shavasana.
It's a yogi term for. Go ahead.
it's just like meditation.
Savasana is like just a rested state. So you're sitting upright or you're lying down. Shavasana is pausing. It's Soham, basically.
And it's kind of like the body scan because she sounds when she does her shavasana, it kind of reminds me a lot of you and what she says and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It. So I was like, it's just like that. I look forward to that during the day.
Yeah.
Like I wake up and usually like for classes like that, a 6:30 class on a fucking Wednesday night, you're not looking forward to. And all the yoga shit that we do before it is fucking hard and it hurts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't want to do this shit right now.
Yeah.
Do you think she'll let me just show up to class and participate?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Think so? Even though I didn't pay for the credit?
Yeah.
What time is it?
6:30 to 8:20. Wednesdays nights.
We have.
I can't on Wednesdays. I told you.
Yeah,
I
you
just
got a
gotta
client
climb.
now.
Damn. Whatever. I'll do my own yoga.
But Shavasana is
Oh.
meditation.
Yes, it is literally that is what I look forward to during the day because like obviously wake up, practice, do all my classwork, go to class, lift, leave, go to class again. That 5
Oh, yeah.
that 5 minutes of my day where I am just completely by myself. No, there's like I think about it every time I'm doing it. The clock in the alumni mini gym. Do you just hear the and it is the most calming thing in the world. I'm just laying. It's just 5 minutes. I'm just like, this is literally perfect. It's perfect.
What are the odds? Like I've literally today I said it. Like I needed to find that pause in my life. Like even if it's 2 to 5 minutes. And the word shavana. Is that how you say it? How do you say it?
Shavasana.
Shavasana? Shavasana.
Shavasana.
Yeah.
Shavasana.
I needed this more than you think, to be honest. I had a really deep conversation with him today.
As you should.
Yeah.
As you should, King.
Such a synchronicity. I was going to say coincidence, but it's such a synchronicity.
That inner dialogue. So, Mace, this was an amazing conversation. And before we wrap up, I just want to offer the opportunity for you to tell the audience any last words, some Mason wisdom.
Oof.
Hit him with the JB line.
Hit him with a JB line. What do you mean? Sorry. I don't know. I guess just enjoy the moment. I think I'm going to say enjoy the moment. I'm going to try and do it a little bit more after having these conversations tonight. I think I'm going to try and enjoy the moment a little bit more, especially in the last couple months of college, which is still crazy to say that there's a couple months left of college.
Wow.
But I'm going to try and enjoy the moment. I think everyone else should as well.
Yeah, because the moment's all we got.
It's all we have.
Bars.
It's all we over.
Yo, that's going to fuck the audio up so bad. That's going to be so loud, whoever's listening.
Absolutely. Bars.
Thanks, Mace.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No, thank you guys. Because I remember we were talking about this. Since you guys thought of the idea of having a podcast, I was like, dude, get me on. Let's talk. Let's get boned.
We have a few sessions. We have a few sessions left in person, but we're probably going to want to have you on again. You're a book, and that was like page 1
that
of
was
chapter 20.
That was page 1. You guys are one of the few people. Like I'm an open book, but like obviously I keep my circle close.
Yeah,
and like we kind of talked about it before. Like I just go with the flow.
Yeah,
that's my lifestyle. Just go with the flow. Be with the right people. Once you give off those vibes, the right people come to you.
Yeah, you don't chase them anymore. They come to you.
They come to you.
Law of attraction, baby.
That's
the bone.
The bone. Yeah.
Get boned. I got boned today.
Oh my god.
We talked.
We talked.
We
Hey, we gotta
Yeah,
end
we
it on
did.
that. Mason Vaughan got boned.